Welcome, this is Jim Lindsay, and this is an orientation for Apple computer users for the SAM projects. I'm at the Blackboard page for one of my classes, and basically I'm playing this movie right here. If you are not an Apple computer user, you can stop right now, and what you should be watching is this one up here for Windows users, because you're either going to be a Windows or an Apple computer owner and user. This movie is specifically for people using a Mac, MacBook, iMac, something like that. So Windows people, you can jump out now, go back and watch this movie right here. Again, this is Jim Lindsay, and I plan to use this video again in the future. So the look of this page may change a little bit. I may add things. If that happens, don't freak out. If you have a different teacher, if you're not one of my students, but your teacher is using SAM projects for CIS 141, don't let that bother you either, because they may just have chosen to include this in your instruction. All the information I'm going to share with you is still valuable, and it will still help you. So that's the situation. That's what we're up to in this video. I'm using my Mac, and using an old iMac. This is from 2008, so you probably have a newer machine than this one, but I'm going to do my best to share all this information with you. Basically, what this boils down to is that in the past, Apple users have been at they've not been able to do the SAM projects on their own computers. They've had to go to computer labs to complete all the homework, which has been frustrating for them. And understandably so, but one of the limitations that we've always run into is that for the projects that we use, they're made for Office 2013. And Office 2011, which is what the version of Office is for Apple computers, it's different. And some of the stuff that the projects requires has not been there. And we've just recently learned of a way to make this stuff available to you so you can use your Apple computer. We're really excited about this. We're hoping that it's going to work really well, that you guys will enjoy it. So you, especially people in the summer of 2015, fall of 2015, you guys are the first people to actually get to do this with your Apple computer. So I'm excited for you. I hope that this works really well. This is what I'd like for my students to do. I want this to become your habit. And so when you start a SAM project for my class, this is what I want you to do. I want you to come to Blackboard, and I want you to look at this list of links. And again, the exact makeup of this and the look of this may change a little bit, but I want you to look at your SAM projects links. You'll see that there are orientation things up here. This is the link to the SAM website itself, which takes you to that page right there, and I'll take you there in just a moment. These guys down here are tutorial movies for every single project. We don't expect you to know how to do any of this. And so what these movies what these movies down here do, they go through every single step of the project and show you how to do it. Now, it's done in Office 2013, and we're not going to remake movies for every single one of these for Office 2011. If you choose to use your Apple computer, you're going to see stuff in here that it's going to look completely different than what you're seeing on your Mac. You're going to have to do some research. You have to jump into Google or YouTube or the help files within Office itself. That's what I did. I went through and I did every single one of these projects on this machine that I'm using to record this video with, and you can do it. You can get 100% on every single project using your Mac, but you're going to have to work for it. It'd be easier if you live on campus. Just go to a Western Computer Lab, sit down and just do these projects from the Western Computer Lab, and then these movies are going to be everything you see in the movie is going to be exactly the same on the computer you're sitting at. If you choose to use your machine, though, you can do that, but you're going to have to work and do some research on how to find things. There are some steps in some projects where certain styles or things aren't available, because when the software was created for you guys in 2011, they came up with new stuff for 2013. They'll come up with new stuff for 16. But what I did, I went into the grade book of the SAM projects, and I took each one of those steps and zeroed those out. So you're going to miss those steps, but the value of those steps is now 0, so basically it doesn't hurt you. So you can get 100%, a 100% score on every single project if you choose to use your Apple computer. Now, how do you start? You do this. You come to this list of links, and you'll see for each one of these tutorial links, there's also an attached file. There's PowerPoint 1 theme. You come down here, there's a PowerPoint 2 theme, the PowerPoint 3 theme, and so on. You'll see that there's the Word themes and the Excel themes. These are the things that have been missing in the past for the the Apple users. And so what you have to do is you have to download that file. So you click on it, you download it to your computer. I've done that already for one PowerPoint, one Word, one Excel file. If you click on that, it's going to say, what do you want to do with this? And it's going to let you download that. Click on that again here. Click on that. Say, what do you want to do with this? Save that file, put it on your computer. And so basically save these files. Now, once you've saved these theme files, don't open them. You don't need them open. Actually, you want them closed while you do the import thing I'm going to show you in a second. But the very first step, download these theme files. Then what you do, you start this movie up. You click on this. This is a link to a video. Click on this and just get that open. I'll get this started up here. Okay, so if I click on this, it's going to start to play the movie. Dr. Thaddeus Cruz, one of the guys that works in our department, made all these movies, and they're very good. They will show you how to do these projects. Again, we don't expect you to know how to do them. So download these guys, get that movie queued up so you can start to watch it. And then what you do is you log into the SAM website. Now, in these movies that Dr. Cruz goes through, he shows you how to log into the site. He shows you how to do the projects. He shows you how to submit the projects and then evaluate your grade that you get. It immediately gives you a grade on it. So I'm not going to go through all that, but you do have to get, for each project, what you do. And I'm going to log in with my student account here. And for my student account here, I'm going to, this fictitious student here is a member of a summer course being taught by Mr. Willis, and we're going to pretend that this Big Red is trying to complete the PowerPoint 1 project. When he clicks on that, it's going to say, hey Big Red, you get 5 attempts. You haven't tried any yet. Are you ready to go? Yes. And so it takes you and then lets you download things like instructions and start files. I've done that already. You've seen me do the download process a second ago. So what I'm going to do is open up these guys already downloaded to my computer in just a moment. But when I'm done, I then submit my work by clicking on this browse button and putting my work in here. Dr. Cruz shows you that in those detailed videos. But I go through all that just basically to let you know the way this process starts is you open up Blackboard, download the theme file that you need for that particular project, then go to the SAM site, log in, get your start file, your instruction files, and then start your video. And I'm sorry, before you start the video, you're going to import the theme that you need, what you downloaded. So let's do that now. I'm going to do that with PowerPoint, Excel, and Word because it looks different in each one. The way that you import a theme is a little bit different. And again, that's the component that's been missing in the past for our Apple users. Okay, so let me get to my desktop. I've put these guys on my desktop already. Let's get rid of this guy. And you'll see, for example, I'll start with the PowerPoint. This is my start file for PowerPoint. When I open it, it opens up PowerPoint, and it's just a file that you can see it's for Big Red. This is a real working PowerPoint file. My menu up here now is for PowerPoint, and there's not a whole lot of flair or good-looking stuff in here. Well, that's going to come from this theme, and this is this PowerPoint 1 theme that you see. I'll just highlight it right there. That, and I'll go ahead and actually open it up. It's a single slide, but in this slide are all the decorations and color effects and fonts and all sorts of stuff that are needed for this project. And so I'm going to go ahead and close out of this guy because I don't need him to be open. I want him to be closed. And from from PowerPoint, this is the first step you do. You open up your start file, you go to themes, you'll see on your ribbon up here there's a themes, and you'll see that there's a section in the middle of this tab of the ribbon that's called themes. If you hover right here, there's a little down arrow you can click on, and when you do that, you'll see down here towards the bottom you can browse for a theme. We're going to browse out to that file that we downloaded from Blackboard. Browse out to, in my case, it's on my desktop. So I'm going to go to the desktop, go to this PowerPoint 1 theme. I need to actually click this little down arrow right here where it says Enable All Files. And I'm going to select this PowerPoint 1 theme.pptx and hit Apply. And when I do that, my presentation changes. I get all these effects in here, all the colors, the fonts, and everything else are now going to match up with what I need in the instructions. And especially like the colors. When you go to, like, let's say you wanted to change the color of a font. When you go to these font colors, for example, all of these colors you see listed here are contingent upon the theme. For example, the accent 1, in this case, is sort of a green. The accent 3 is sort of an orange. The accent 5 is sort of a red. But if you had a different theme, then all of those accents and backgrounds and everything else would be completely different. So that's been killing us with the Apple stuff in the past. So that's where, woohoo, now we have it. So I'm going to save that, and this guy's ready to go. Now my start file is ready to do everything that Dr. Cruz is going to show us, as long as you can get past figuring out the differences in the menu or the ribbon up at the top. So let me show you the same process with Excel and Word, because it's located in different spots on the ribbon in those applications. My start file for the Word 1 project, and then this guy right here, Word 1 theme, is the file I downloaded from Blackboard for the Word 1 project. And to get the themes incorporated to this one, what I'm going to do from the Home tab, you'll see on the far right side of the ribbon, there's a button that says Themes. You can click on that. If you come down to the bottom, you'll see that there's a button to browse themes. Click on that. And by the way, if you compare what's up here as the built-in themes to what Dr. Cruz is seeing when he shows the themes from Office 2013, they're different. Again, it's just a difference between the 2011 version versus the 2013 version. So I need to click on Browse Themes and navigate out to my desktop where I saved that Word 1 theme, which I got from Blackboard. And I find my Word 1 theme, click on it, see if I can get this out of the way so you can actually see. Watch that color right there, it's going to change. When I hit Apply, it sort of turns to a purple, and so it pulls in the colors and the fonts and all that kind of stuff. And so then I can save this and then now I've got a good start file to start doing the project just like everybody else that has a Windows computer. I'll close this guy. Let me do this one more time with Excel, because again, Excel looks a little different. Here's my start file for the Excel 1. Starts it up, and again, I'll make this a little bit bigger window here. Okay, that sort of catch up with us. Okay, and so to get my theme in Excel, from the Home tab of the ribbon, on the far right you've got a theme, and then like theme colors and stuff like this. By pulling in this theme from the workbook, we get everything. We get colors and fonts and effects and the whole deal. So I'm going to click on a little down arrow with themes, and again, browse for themes, and browse out to the theme file for Excel, which I downloaded from Blackboard, which is right there. Hit Apply, and now this guy is good to go. And so, and you don't necessarily see it pop right in front of your eyes, but you get what you need from doing that process. All right, so to wrap this up, let me just pull Blackboard up one more time. So what you do is you go to Blackboard, you download the theme file for your project, then you go to the SAM site, you pull down the start file that you need, and then you import the theme for your specific project using that procedure we just looked at a second ago. And then you go back to Blackboard, start following the instructions for each of these tutorials. Have a great semester.